Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the show on this Tuesday, August August the 3rd, the 15th. Thank you for tuning in. I'm glad to have you guys here. Anyway, what's going on out there in the world? Well, the first thing is Fitch, is the big rating agency, is warning that the banks face downgrades. And they've already downgraded banks, and they've already downgraded the United States. Rating agencies have. It says at the start of August, Fitch Ratings downgraded the United States government's top credit rating. It says last week Moody's cut the credit rating of a small and mid-sized U.S. banks because of higher funding costs. So Fitch and Moody's are downgrading. They're in this work of downgrading now. And this has got implications through the financial system that you can't see. But it's a sign. It's a sign of something much bigger that's going on. It's really much bigger and much more massive. And we're right on the brink of something much larger. What else was I looking at here? China's defense minister right now is visiting Russia and Belarus in a show of support. It says Beijing says the visit underscores the drive by China and Russia to align foreign policies in a bid to undermine the Western-led liberal democratic world order. That's what it says here on Al Jazeera. So the world, is heating up. Take a look at this. Russia says 3 killed in the region bordering Poland. Now, why is that important? Why did I point that out on the show this morning? Is because this is an area of tension. Great deal of tension. One misaligned missile or something that flies across the border into Poland, blows up, could start a much wider war. It says at least 3 people have been killed in a wave of Russian attacks on Ukraine's western and northwestern regions, according to officials. Sergei Shoigu, Russia's defense chief, said Ukraine's ability to fight is almost exhausted, claiming that the war has exposed vulnerabilities in Western weapons systems. Well, of course, this is the Russian defense chief, and of course he's going to say that. Now, out of both sides, this is war. And in war, there's a thing called propaganda. It happens. It's very, very difficult during wartime to get very, very accurate information about what's really going on the front lines. And that's just a fact of war. And that's the way it was during World War II. It's the way it was during World War I. Let's take a look at this. Russia is targeting the city of Odessa with missiles and drones. Fierce fighting along the front lines is what they're saying right now. Russia has launched 3 waves of drones and missiles against southern Ukraine's port city of Odessa. So Odessa is one of the bigger cities in Ukraine. And so they're attacking there now. What was this article I had here? Now, there's trouble breaking out in Africa as well, in Niger. And the coup leaders that took over Niger say they plan to prosecute the president for treason. So it shows that this is something that goes on. They say, like in third world countries, banana republics, whatever, that this is something that goes on, where, well, let's just say that it's probably trumped up charges that Niger is going to prosecute their president for treason. At any rate, let's take a look. What else did I have here to talk? Oh, I wanted to say something about this. Yesterday, on the start of my show, I talked about the difference in tires. Truck tires and spoked wheels like they used to use. Used to be trucks. You go back to the 1940s, late 1930s, 1940s. Trucks had spoked tires. So I was interested and curious about what's the difference in load capacity for the weight of the tire. In other words, and so I checked on it, and a spoke tire, a pound for pound, looks like it can carry about 100 times their own weight. So whatever the tire weighs, times 100, it can carry it. But then truck tires, looks like they carry about 30 times their own weight, pound for pound. Whatever the tire weighs. Typically, truck tires weigh roughly anywhere between maybe 60 to 75 kilograms, a truck tire. But they got an awful lot of surface area against the road. Now, you ever had a big truck pass you in the wintertime up in, say, Minnesota or someplace? Say you're up in the northern states, and snow all over the road. And they got tremendous traction. They can go by you and you're slipping and sliding, and they're not sliding because they got so much surface area rubber against the road. But that traction also costs them in fuel efficiency. Whereas the spoke type tires don't have near as great a traction against the road, but that traction, it offers resistance in pushing the truck forward. So they can carry, the ratio is, I was right, the ratio is quite a bit pound for pound. A truck tire carries 30 times its own weight, and a spoke tire can carry up to 100 times its own weight. So the ratio is quite a little bit higher. It's more than double. And I thought that was very interesting. Anyway, moving on. I had to do the math. I had to find out what that was, what the ratio was, And anyway, a gas station exploded here in Russia. Now, what I noticed about this, now this was an article I found this morning about a gas station explosion, and it says it killed 35 and injured as many as 100 people. I've never, ever, ever heard of a gas station explosion killing that many people. The place must have been packed with people. This was in Russia, in the Dagestan region of Russia. Just wanted to point that out because what I found unusual, but it killed so many people. That's terrible. It would kill so many. Kind of a little bit not typical anyway. Let's move on and take a look at what's going on in the markets today. Let's take a look at the silver price first. We're at Kitco right now, and they got the live silver price, $22.59. It hasn't went anywhere, but did have some dips today. It went down lower than 23.30, 22.28 or something like that. Let's take a look at the gold today. Gold is at 1906, and it's even with the board as well. Taking a look at cryptocurrency today, we're seeing a Bitcoin price of 29,291. Boy, this stuff has been hanging in here around 30,000, just under 30,000. It's almost getting ho-hum looking at the Bitcoin chart lately. Sticking at the same price. Ethereum, 1837. And XRP is at 62.4 cents. So XRP has come down. Was up over 70 cents there for a little while. Dow Jones Industrial Average today. It's 307 points to the downside. So Dow's fell quite a little bit. That fell down below 35,000. 34,999. Taking a look at crude oil today. We're seeing that crude oil is at $80.60. It's down $1.91 on the day so far. It's almost dropping below 80 bucks again in the 70s. That's good. Taking a look at U.S. Treasuries, we're seeing the long end of the yield curve is rising. but it's only minimal. The 10-year is at 4.19, I guess it is there, and the U.S. 30 years at 4.3, and it's risen 7/10 of 1 basis points on the 10-year, and 1.9 basis points on the 30-year. And taking a look at the U.S. dollar index today, is at 103.3. Well, this has been your show for today. Thank you for tuning in. Like and subscribe, and we'll catch you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.